The sun, a molten coin in the vast sky, dipped below the horizon, painting the clouds with fire. It was a spectacle of nature, a daily masterpiece unfolding before our eyes. The light transformed, painting the world in wild oranges and purples, hues that seemed to vibrate with the energy of the earth itself. The air was thick with the promise of night. We'd been driving for hours, the landscape blurring into a tapestry of greens and browns. Each mile took us further away from the familiar. The relentless city noise was fading into the gentle hum of the bush, a symphony of crickets and rustling leaves. The sounds of nature began to replace the sounds of man. The air felt older, thicker, carrying the weight of centuries, the stories of generations. It was an atmosphere you could almost taste. Then, cutting through the stillness, we heard it, a deep, resonant thumping you feel in your chest, a primal rhythm that resonated deep within your soul. It was a sound that spoke to something ancient within us. Drums. Not just one but a whole conversation, a complex interplay of beats and rhythms, each drum answering and echoing the others. The sound was calling out into the evening, a vibrant pulse against the backdrop of the African night. It was a beacon, a signal. This was our welcome, a greeting unlike any other. In this Cameroonian village nestled amidst the rolling hills and verdant landscapes, the welcome mat isn't woven from fibers but is a drumbeat, a vibrant and living thing. It says, "We see you, traveler. We acknowledge your presence. We hear you even before you speak. We are listening to your heart. Come, be with us. Share our fire, our stories, our lives." As we stepped out of the vehicle onto the warm earth, the sound wrapped around us like a warm blanket, emanating from the village center, the heart of the community. The rhythm was an invitation, a call to join the dance of life, the village's arms wide open, ready to embrace us as one of their own. Children ran toward us, grinning with pure, unadulterated joy, their bright eyes shining with curiosity and excitement. The drums had already done the introductions, breaking down barriers and forging connections. Elders clapped in time with the music, their weathered hands keeping the rhythm, nodding with gentle wisdom, their eyes holding the stories of the village. The air buzzed with joyful anticipation, a palpable sense of community and belonging. It felt like coming home, a feeling so profound it resonated deep within to a place you'd never been, a place that somehow felt instantly familiar. The drumming grew louder, more insistent as we walked toward the firelight, drawn in by its warmth and the promise of connection. It was the village's heartbeat, the pulse of life itself, not a performance put on for our benefit, but life itself, unfolding in its natural rhythm. Here, rhythm is how they communicate their joys and sorrows, celebrate their triumphs, grieve their losses, simply exist in harmony with the world around them. The thread tying everyone together, a shared language spoken through the drums from child to elder, a legacy passed down through generations, and we, the newcomers, the strangers in a strange land, were being woven into the fabric of their community, welcomed with open arms and hearts, one beat at a time, slowly but surely becoming part of something larger than ourselves. The welcome wasn't just a sound that faded into the air, it was so much more. It was an embrace made of rhythm, a connection forged through the universal language of music. In that moment, surrounded by the warmth of the fire and the infectious rhythm of the drums, you realize, you're not a stranger here, not anymore. You're just a friend, a kindred spirit. They haven't met yet, a connection waiting to be discovered. The drums made sure of it, weaving a tapestry of sound that brought everyone together, erasing boundaries and celebrating the shared human experience. Here, music isn't a hobby, it's the village's nervous system. Drumming is the town crier, the history book, the local news. An elder pointed to young men drumming fast celebration, he said. A new child is born. The drums tell stories everyone understands, no words needed. News travels on a sound wave, a wedding, a funeral, a warning, a meeting, each with its own rhythm. It's a language older than any we know. If you have ears, you're part of the conversation. The drums connect everyone, ensure everyone belongs. The instruments are treated with reverence passed down through generations. When you play, you speak with your ancestors' voices. Drumming is constant, the soundtrack to daily life. It's not a show, it's the air they breathe, the rhythm of work, joy, sorrow, the steady heartbeat of the village binding everyone together. Witnessing it is humbling. It's a living tradition, pulsing through every moment. Here, the drumbeat is life, and everyone is part of it. They wouldn't let me just watch. The vibrant energy of the circle was infectious. It was clear that observation wasn't an option. Community means participation. It's about contributing, sharing, and being part of something bigger than yourself. Joseph, with a huge smile, a smile that radiated warmth and encouragement, sat me in front of a djembe, a beautiful, hand-carved drum that seemed to hum with history. The drum felt sacred, a vessel of rhythm and tradition, and I was terrified I'd embarrass myself. The thought of making a fool of myself in front of everyone filled me with dread. Spoiler, I did, repeatedly. Joseph showed me the three main sounds, the foundation of all djembe rhythms: bass, the heart of the drum; tone, a clear, ringing sound; slap, a sharp percussive crack. He played boom, a deep resonant sound that vibrated through my chest; ta, crisp and clear; pa, a sharp cutting sound. It sounded like music, a complex interwoven tapestry of sound. My turn and my confidence plummeted. Flop, a weak, lifeless sound. Thud, muffled and indistinct. Ow, my poor, untrained hands protested. The kids laughed, not meanly. Their laughter was pure and unadulterated, but with pure joy. An honest reaction to my utter lack of skill. My hands were clumsy, uncoordinated, and unfamiliar with the instrument. My rhythm, creative. Which is a polite way of saying I had none. Drumming isn't about thinking, it's not a mental exercise, it's about feeling, letting the rhythm flow through you. Joseph patiently corrected me, guiding my hands, tapping the beat on my shoulder, a gentle reminder of the rhythm I was missing. He taught a feeling, not notes. He wasn't concerned with technical perfection. He'd play a call, a short rhythmic phrase. I'd try to respond, mimic his pattern as best I could. Boom boom pa. A simple yet powerful rhythm. My turn, flop flop ow, still struggling. Joseph laughed, a warm, encouraging sound, then slowed it down. Way down. Boom, boom, pa. Each beat deliberate and distinct. It was a lesson in humility, a reminder that I wasn't as good as I thought I was, and letting go of perfection, embracing the imperfections and enjoying the process, trying, pushing myself to improve, failing, making mistakes along the way, laughing, finding humor in my own ineptitude, trying again, persistence in the face of adversity. With every clumsy hit, with each offbeat rhythm, I felt less like an outsider. The barrier between me and them began to dissolve. I was being welcomed, embraced by the community into the beautiful noisy mess, the chaotic symphony of village life. The lesson wasn't about drumming. It wasn't about mastering a musical instrument. It was about belonging, finding my place within the group. And the more I tried, the more effort I put in, the more I felt part of the circle, connected to the people around me. Even if my rhythm was a disaster, even if I was the worst drummer in the village, I was learning to join in, to participate, to contribute, to be present, and that was enough. That simple act of joining in was enough to bridge the gap. After drumming came dancing, and if you thought my drumming was bad, just wait. The women moved with effortless grace, telling stories with every step. Then an auntie pulled me into the circle. My two left feet tripped over each other. They showed me the basic step, a shuffle stomp sway. On me it looked like I was fighting invisible bees. The kids howled with laughter, elders chuckled. But no one was laughing at me, they were laughing with me. I had a choice: freeze with embarrassment or lean in. I chose to let go. I flailed, stomped, tried to copy their hips, probably pulled a muscle. If I was going to be bad, I'd be spectacularly bad. That's when everything changed. The moment I stopped caring, I started to feel the music. It wasn't about getting it right, it was about letting rhythm move me. Their joy was infectious. For a few minutes I almost got the step right, almost, but I was part of the dance. And that was the real victory. As night deepened, the experience became a symphony for the senses. The air was thick with drum beats and the smell of cooking. Over fires, women stirred huge pots, roasting plantains, spicy stews, grilled fish. My stomach, still recovering from dancing, suddenly remembered it was hungry. We ate together, sharing food from common bowls with our hands. The food, groundnut stew, fufu, grilled fish, sweet plantains, was incredible. Every bite was a taste of the land and culture. Firelight flickered, casting faces in warm glow. Women's vibrant fabrics danced with the music. Above, a sky littered with stars. No city lights, just endless diamonds. Through it all, the constant sound, bass drums, sharp slaps, intricate percussion, voices layered on top, singing, laughter, calls. It was a living symphony, not neat or orderly, but alive. The smell of wood smoke, taste of ground nuts, sight of firelight, feeling of drums in your bones, overwhelming and perfect, a feast for every sense. Surrounded by life, the vibrant energy of a new place washing over me, I realized. We couldn't speak the same language, not in the conventional sense, but somehow, through gestures and shared intent, we communicated perfectly. A deeper understanding transcended the need for spoken words. A man played a rhythm, a complex and captivating beat that resonated through the air, and instinctively I echoed it back. A clumsy attempt perhaps, but filled with genuine enthusiasm. A woman smiled warmly as I fumbled a dance move, a kind, encouraging smile that erased any self-consciousness. I laughed, a genuine, uninhibited laugh that joined the chorus of the village. We were having a conversation, without words. A fluid exchange of energy and emotion, rhythm, smiles, the universal language of joy, shared food, a taste of their culture, movement, the dance that connected us all. These were our language, the unspoken vocabulary of the human spirit. Music is the universal tongue, a bridge across cultures, the loophole in the Tower of Babel, a way to understand each other even when words fail. Fast rhythm means joy, an explosion of energy and celebration. Slow rhythm means contemplation, a moment to reflect, to connect with something deeper within ourselves. You don't need a dictionary, no phrasebook or translator required, you just feel it. The vibration, the emotion, the shared experience. In that circle, backgrounds didn't matter. The labels we carry, the stories we tell ourselves, faded into insignificance. We were all people, connected by something far more profound than language, tapping into something ancient and universal, a primal connection to rhythm and community. The beat of a drum is the beat of a heart, a fundamental rhythm of life. Everyone has one. A shared pulse that unites us all. True cultural immersion isn't about checklists or photos. It's not about documenting, but about experiencing. It's about genuine human connection. A heartfelt exchange that transcends cultural boundaries. Stepping into someone else's world, with an open heart and a willingness to learn, not as an observer, passively watching from the sidelines, but as a participant, fully engaged in the moment. By joining their circle, by embracing their traditions, I saw the world from their perspective, a glimpse into a different way of life, a different way of understanding. For a few hours we were one tribe, united by rhythm, laughter, and shared humanity. The barriers melted away, the preconceived notions and cultural divides dissolved, leaving only shared experience. A memory etched in my heart, a testament to the power of human connection. Sometimes it takes a drum, a simple, ancient instrument, to remind us how alike we really are. That beneath the surface we all share the same heartbeat. As the evening wore on, I saw the deeper layers. This wasn't just a party, it was living history. Songs told stories of ancestors, hunts, leaders, hardship, and plenty. Dances reenacted these stories, an eagle, a harvest, a legend. Culture here isn't stored in books. It's lived, passed from elder to child through experience. Children learn by watching, imitating, joining in. The music is a living archive, always performed, never forgotten. It made me reflect on my own culture, how we store stories away. Here, history is something you are, not just something you study. The connection to the past is immediate, tangible. The master drummer channels generations, keeping a sacred flame alive. In a changing world, this way of life is precious and fragile. These moments are a testament to the resilience of culture. It's more than a beat. It's identity, legacy, and a song that says, "We are here." The drumming softened, dancing subsided, and a quiet mood settled. An elder began to speak, his voice soft but strong. Another man translated, but the feeling was clear. A story told around a campfire. He spoke of the stars, naming them with stories. The trickster rabbit, the hunter constellation. The sky was a storybook, a map, a calendar, a connection to the divine. The universe felt closer, more personal, the only sounds. The elder's voice, fire crackling, distant insects. The village breathed out, content. We were no longer guests, but family. Listening to Grandpa's bedtime story. Children's eyes wide with wonder, parents nodding in the firelight. I felt overwhelming gratitude for their welcome and generosity. It was a lesson in what it means to be human. You don't just leave a place like that, you carry it with you. The rhythms get into your blood, the taste of food lingers, the warmth of smiles stays with you. As we left, the village was quiet, the drums silent, but the music remained. It was in greetings, laughter, the peaceful rhythm of daily life. The party was over, but the heartbeat continued. Farewells were full of hugs and handshakes that said more than words. This is why we travel, not just to see, but to feel, to connect. Music bridges every divide, speaking to the soul. Shared rhythm unites us, even without a common language. These experiences are vital. They show us the beauty and wisdom of our global family. These stories need to be told, by sharing the microphone and amplifying these voices. If you felt even a fraction of the magic, join our community. Let's keep the rhythm going together. Thank you for coming on this journey.